Awesome. Okay, so I hope you all are having an amazing Monday. I'm super pumped about tonight's team call because it gives those of us that went to Summit a chance to kind of reflect on how incredible the weekend was. And then those of us that did not go to Summit, a chance to get super pumped and excited for next year. So, what I want to do is I have just a few announcements that I want to go over really quickly. And then I want those of us that I know a few of us that went to Summit aren't able, like, are traveling and aren't able to get on the call tonight, but those of us that did go to Summit that are on the call, just to spend a few moments kind of reflecting on what our biggest takeaway from Summit was, because I thought that that would kind of give a few, different perspectives as to what resonated with us the most and kind of what excited us the most about Summit. So for those of you that went to Summit, Heather and Farrell, in case you didn't know, I was going to have you share tonight. You are. Heather, I know you know that because I'm going to have you go first so that you can go ahead and hop off. But I have just four really quick announcements, and then we're going to kind of go into that, and then we'll spend some time going through the specific announcements that they told us about at Summit as far as programs and things like that are concerned. So as far as announcements go, the first that we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into in just a second is the fact that Coach Summit for next year will be in Indianapolis as well. At first, I was kind of like, oh, why are they doing it in the same place 2 years in a row? But it really was an amazing venue. All of the hotels that kind of surrounded the convention center and the stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium, where all of the general sessions were held, were all connected through a skywalk. So you literally did not have to go outside at all. So that was really great because it rained a little bit while we were there. But we're going to kind of go over details about Summit. That's FAQ 9713. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Super Saturday weekend, for those of you that have never been to a Super Saturday or are unfamiliar with what Super Saturday is, it is our quarterly Beachbody event. So every quarter, there's a Super Saturday hosted in an area near you. This Super Saturday will be July 7th weekend. That's FAQ 9792. If you go to that FAQ, it will actually show you a map where you can kind of click on your region and your area and find a Super Saturday closest to you. If you want to, go to Super Saturday with some of the others on our team, I want to encourage you to post in our team page where exactly it is that you live and what Super Saturday you're interested in going to, and maybe a few of us can kind of correspond with each other and get a group together at some of the Super Saturdays. I typically go to the Dallas Super Saturday, but I will actually be traveling. I'm so bummed. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to be traveling that weekend, and so I'll actually be in Orlando, Florida. And there is an Orlando Super Saturday, so if I can make it work with my schedule, I'm hoping I can kind of hop on over to that. It's typically just half the day, either the first part of the day, like 9 to noon, or like noon to 4 or 1 to 4 or something like that. So be sure to check out that FAQ 9792 to find a Super Saturday near you. Super Saturdays after Summit are really exciting because they kind of help you keep the Summit momentum going. And it's a really awesome way to get quarterly updates. You can do a live workout with either a master trainer or a celebrity trainer, depending on who the people who are putting together that event, depending on who they get to come. So that's really fun as well. Something else we're going to talk about here in a second is a live Lift 4 workout with Joel Freeman. That will be this Saturday. That's FAQ 7500. And like I said, we'll talk about that again in just a second. And then the last thing I wanted to mention really briefly is the fact that if you hit Success Club this month, the month of June, you have literally just through Sunday to hit Success Club. So be sure you're working with your upline coach to make that happen. Outside of all the other amazing benefits of hitting Success Club, you actually win access to a Rachel Hollis webcast. So that is FAQ 718. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Heather first. And Heather, you just want to kind of share what your biggest takeaway from Summit was, or what resonated with you the most, or how it was, or just whatever you want to share with the group.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Well, it was just all in all amazing. I mean, us that were there, the energy, and you just see that it is a group of people that it is so many different, like, just fashions and sizes and people. I mean, everyone is so diverse, and to see that we're all there for one common cause, and that's really to to help change lives. And I think the biggest takeaway that I had from it was really honing in now, especially since I'm just getting my business going, and having the confidence in knowing that I'm going to hear no a million times, and just like not being fearful of that, but also that whenever you're genuinely coming from a good place, and we are, and that's that we want to help them. And so gaining the knowledge while we were there, just hearing the creators of Shakeology talk about the benefits of it, to like why they've put different processes in place, and that these programs work. And so even though there's a stereotype out there sometimes about our business or working out at home, or all the things that we sometimes hear that might be objections, like they work. And to hear people's testimonials around it, to hear coaches that are now just so successful and been doing this for whether it's a little while or a long while, and what a life changer it's been for them, is definitely something that's just implanted deep down in me even more, that I just want to focus on remaining confident, and that I'm here to help them, and that we have a great group of women and leaders to help us get there. And so that's just what I walk away from. I want to be more focused. I want to be more strategic about it, and really start planting those seeds of consistency now, since I'm just starting. And it just seems like it's really laid a good foundation for what I hope to accomplish.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. What would you say is, just kind of put you on the spot a little more, what would you say was who was your favorite speaker, whether it was a general session or a workshop?
Oh man, I would say, I think that's Saturday when Farrell and I were talking. Like, I feel like they were all so good, and you're going to know names way better than me because I don't exactly remember all of the names. I have them in my notes, but I don't have my notes with me right now. But definitely just like to hear the stories from the couple of gals on the site. I don't know, you're going to know names, but just their stories of like, yeah. So what it's like, what it meant to them, how they started, and just to hear like the challenges that they overcame to get there. And it was all one common theme. And it was that they just did the actions and they trusted the process. And it's getting through those first 3 or 6 months, or however long it takes you, as you're, however slow or fast you're deciding to grow your business, that if you just keep with it and you don't give up whenever you reach the point where you feel like you want to give up, that seems like when everyone seemed to like come into their own, and that they're changing lives. They're literally helping change these people's lives, and people look to them as a resource and for that guidance. So it just was the stories. I mean, whenever they can have a whole crowd of people and just tears relating to them, like that's the connection I want to make with my challengers and my coaches as I grow, and my team. I mean, that's what I want to bring to people. I want them to feel that.
Yeah, awesome. And I just to kind of piggyback off of that, that is how I felt. I felt that way this time too, obviously, but that was the exact switch for me at Summit last year. Was I want to feel like that. If they can do it, why can't I? Why not me? And honestly, the theme of Summit this year was believe in you. And that is how I leave those events feeling like, why not me? Like like you said, if you keep your heart in the right place and you stay consistent, why not me? Like if they can do it, I can do it. So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Absolutely. And I hate to jump off, but I just, I'll definitely watch the
I had to go first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Farrell.
Hello. I feel like it's been so long since I've seen you guys.
I know.
Like seriously, what the heck? So I have to start off with that was like my all-time favorite part of Summit. Is I literally feel like I have had the opportunity to develop a connection with you amazing ladies that is via Zoom or text or on our team page and all of these things. And it really seriously was everything that I expected it to be, and then multiply that by like 1 million. So being able to see those of you that were able to be there, like in person, and like legit give you a squeeze, like hug you. It was just so amazing. I don't think that I have felt that just in my element, super comfortable, felt so welcomed, so loved for like who I am, and with a group of women that just all have that common vision. And to have that just literally filled my bucket. And so that was first and foremost my absolute most favorite thing, was just spending time as a team. So I'm super excited that I was able to do that. And I'm super excited for those of you that join us next year, because I mean, like, put all the other things that are amazing about it. Like Heather had mentioned, all of the awesome stories and the inspiration and the foundation, and then the belief in us and what we do as a company. Like, that was all amazing. But first and foremost, it was just that next level of solidification that I'm like, this is my tribe. Like, these are the people that I want to do this life with. And so that was my all-time favorite thing about it. But from like an inspiration, or like a more of a business standpoint takeaway, for me, the really, really cool thing about this is I never once the entire weekend felt like it was anything other than just being inspired, being given the tools, talking about real life things that I can do on a day-to-day basis that make me a better version of myself. Because then if I can be a better version of myself and be the best coach I can be, the best Farrell I can be, then I can pour that into our challengers and into the coaches that we have on our team. And that is such an amazing concept, you guys, that I've been to so many different conferences over the last several years, just because my background is in health and wellness. And I have never been so fulfilled as a person and then inspired to go and give that. It's like it was paying it forward. I really truly felt like Beachbody was paying it forward. And that the most important thing, the thing that sets us apart as a company and as an organization, is the fact that we create community. We create belief. We create empowerment. We create solutions to challenges that every single one of us deal with, whether that's something that is self-confidence or nutrition or exercise, or just needing a community of like-minded people. We as a company have the ability to help in all of those avenues. And even though I left feeling like I want to hit this goal and I want to hit this goal, and last night, I just texted Beth this morning. Last night, my husband and I sat down, and we have some goals that we have for our family, but we sat down and like almost like refined them a little bit more, because I'm like, oh, I learned this, and this, and that's how I want to apply it. And so having that excitement really just, it just ignited me. But it wasn't because someone was telling me, oh, make sure you hit this number and, make this and do this. It wasn't like that at all. It was literally like, let's bring these amazing team of individuals and speakers and coaches. Let's bring them in to fill you up, Farrell. That's what I felt like. Like, let's fill you up, Farrell, so that you feel the best about yourself that you possibly can. And here, let me give you some tools that actually will help you continue to help people. And in turn, you can grow your business. But it wasn't the other way around. It wasn't, hey, grow your business so we can help some people. And so just that perspective was like, yeah, this is it. Like, this is what makes sense to me. And here, it makes sense to me and here. And it left me feeling like I wanted to then pay it forward as well. So it was phenomenal. And like, you guys, like Disney service, like Disney customer service. I had a really, really cool opportunity to have some photo ops with a couple of the super trainers. And wow, like that was cool. I totally fangirled whenever I had the opportunity to meet Autumn. And I was telling the girls that I told her that I didn't call pineapples during her workout. And I literally felt like Baby from Dirty Dancing whenever she says, I carried a watermelon. Like, I felt like the biggest dork ever, but she was super sweet. But anyway, even with that, so the customer service that the Beachbody staff helped us with in that circumstance, and just the Shakeology bars, and you need directions, or let us help you get there. It just, off the charts. It was amazing. Such a great experience.
Awesome. I love it. Kyla, do you have anything you want to share?
I mean, for me, being there and listening to everybody, like, it just validated my feelings of what my goals have been all along. And I feel like I've had life challenges that sometimes get me off track, and it's more of me mentally that, I have a lot of self-doubt and I fight that a lot. But like just being there and hearing all the coaches from, top coaches just speak and pour their heart out on stage to like what they've gone through. Like, I'm like, maybe one day I can go up here and talk about what I went through, and, or like, a lot of them talked about like having full circle moments. Like 4 years ago, I was sitting in that chair, and I'm like, it really does, I guess, reignite your spark. And one of the coaches, I can't remember what her name was. I think it was that Ivy. Do you know her name, Beth?
Her name is Ivy. I don't know her last name though.
I think it was her, but I can't remember. She was like, this company is like what did she say? Like, ordinary people or average people can do extraordinary things with this company, and I was like, yeah, like, because I mean, that's how I, feel sometimes, like, oh, I'm just average. And you always, compare yourself to others. But like when she said that, I'm like, she's so right. Because there's literally a coach of every age, like top coaches, every age, every race, color, male, female, size. They're, like everyone is so different. They're not all a blonde Lindsay Matway. There's so many different types of coaches. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love that girl. But so and then like Farrell said, these are my people, like you guys specifically. But like when I was waiting at the airport, I met 3 coaches and we sat down and had coffee and chatted while we were waiting for our plane. Like we were best friends, like we'd known each other for 5 years. It was crazy. So, I mean, it really just validated my feelings. Like, this is where I belong. This is what I want to do. So it was really.
I have a really on the spot question for you. How many times did we cry?
Oh my God. I cried. We all cried, but I probably cried like 10 times, like listening to these speakers. But it's like, but then I'm like, that's how I am. I'm an emotional person. I'm a crier. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I hear other people talk about things in life that may have been hard. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying. This girl on stage is crying, and she's a top 10 elite coach. Like, I'm just like her. So,
Awesome.
Yes.
That my biggest takeaway this year is really similar to that, in that I don't remember who it was, once again, because they're all so amazing, but somebody made the comment that it's so easy for us to look at other people, whether it's another coach on our own team or those top coaches standing on that stage or somebody leading a training in the Beachbody Champions page, and think like either it's easy for them or they're lucky because they've already been working their butt off for 3 or 4 years, and just whatever sort of assumptions we make about other coaches in the network and in the business who have had success, no matter how much quote unquote greater that success is than yours, whether it's just another diamond coach or whether it's a 5-star diamond or a 15-star diamond top 10 elite coach, and to forget that they had to go through the crap. And I think somebody specifically said that, like, nothing about this business is easy. And they did a whole training on attracting business building coaches. And I think a commonality and as you start to push towards diamond, I think you will see that it's oftentimes easy for us to get coaches who want the discount on Shakeology and the products because they're so amazing. But how do we get those people who want this business as bad as we do? And they talked about how, like, you have to share the heart of the business and not just like the glitz and the glamour of, kind of making it out to be that it's easy, because it's not easy. Inviting is uncomfortable. Being vulnerable and sharing your quote unquote gremlins, is what they call them at Summit, is uncomfortable, and shining a light on those things is uncomfortable. And you have to be willing to go through the crap and do the hard in order to get there. And I think it's just so easy for us to get wrapped up in the fact that it's easier for other people, or, I don't have as much time as them, or they already have a social media following, or whatever the case may be. I can promise you that regardless of who you're comparing yourself to, not only is it the thief of your joy as a coach, it's going to stop you dead in your tracks and prevent you from moving forward. And I can promise you that there's parts of that story that you're not seeing, as far as the behind the scenes work that it took for that person to get there. And so really just that theme of believe in you was just like so prominent and so evident. And consistency and showing up every day for yourself and doing those 4 vital behaviors that we hear everybody preach about that just gets so redundant is literally the foundation of your business. Like completing our programs from start to finish. And actually they talked about it in the, Emily talked about it in the National Wake Up Call this morning. If you haven't listened to it, it was amazing. She talked about how the 4 things that she does, I have notes somewhere down here, but the 4 things that she does to move her business forward every single day, at the top of that list, the number 1 thing she does is lead herself. She said, I lead myself. And all that means is getting my workout done, being a product of the product, and doing personal development. If, like Farrell mentioned, if you are not your best, how in the world can we expect anybody to want to be a part of what we're doing, right? And that doesn't mean being perfect by any means, because nobody relates to that. It just means doing our damnedest, honestly, to become our best self so that they can just look at our page and be like, I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid Joni's drinking, but I want some of it. You know what I mean? And that's like she said every day, no matter how much time she has, she does 4 things. And at the top of that list, it was leading herself. And so I think it's just really important to kind of keep that at the forefront of what we do. Love that. I'm so glad that we did that little kind of share. Mallory was also at Summit. She's not on tonight. She actually flew straight from Indianapolis to Gulf Shores for a family vacay. So, you know, she's just like living life on the beach right now. So we don't want to talk about her anyways. But let me share my screen with you all. So we already went over, these are some pictures that we took. I'm sure we're all friends on social media, so you probably saw all of them. Farrell and Mallory and Kyla did a live workout with Autumn. I did a live workout with Shanti, and Heather did a live workout with Shalene Johnson, which for those of you that are on the call, I have to tell you, if you follow Shalene Johnson, I don't know how many of you do, but her son is actually going to be hosting our team call next week. I'm so pumped. His name is Brock Johnson. If you do not follow him on Instagram, you totally should. It's BROCK, Brock Johnson. And he is a stories guru. He originally started an online academy that kind of centered around Snapchat whenever that was like a big thing as far as growing a business is concerned. But he has obviously transitioned over to Instagram stories and just Instagram in general to help grow your brand and your business and things like that. And so he is going to be leading our team call next week, and he's going to be talking all about let me see, I have it right here. He's going to be talking all about the 5 things that you need to be doing to set yourself apart on Instagram in 2018. So that's going to be super cool. Heather got to do a live workout with Shalene, so that was really fun. We just did lots of this right here. This picture of me, Heather, and Farrell was when we did the super workout. They shut down an entire street in Indianapolis downtown, and every celebrity trainer led like a little 10-minute workout. We were dead and dying, and it even rained a little bit, but it was so much fun. And then we totally vegged out on pizza down here on our last night before closing ceremony. So super, super fun. We already went over these announcements. So now let's just get into kind of the announcements really that they told us about at Summit. You can find all of these in your back office, but I'm also going to upload this PDF into our team page whenever I post the recording, just so that you kind of have access to it all in one place. And I also listed all of the FAQs with the specific topic there, so you can always kind of go back in and check out everything a little bit more. But the first thing that they talked about is a live Lift 4 workout with Joel Freeman. This is FAQ 7530. It will be this Saturday on June 30th. And actually, I could not find the time whenever I was putting these slides together earlier today, but I found it after the fact. I saw it on Carl Deichler's Instagram, and he said that it will be 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that will be 10 a.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday. And so it's going to be super cool because on all of these channels, the TBB Coach 411 Facebook page, Instagram page, Beachbody on Facebook or Instagram, Carl's Facebook page or Instagram, or Joel's Instagram, the workout is going to be streamed live from all of those places. So it's going to be the Lift 4 free sample workout. So whenever you click on Lift 4 and they have the banner at the top, and I think it actually still even says watch the trailer, but it's really the free workout. That is going to be the workout that we're going to be doing. So about 30 minutes. You're going to be doing the workout live with Joel and the cast. And then after the workout, it's going to be a live Q&A. So you'll be able to like, you know, interact and ask questions. I am really going to be utilizing this to like leverage the launch of Lift 4 once again. If you've been watching some of the coaches on our team's social media, you will know that we have all been, you know, saying, if you want to try this workout for free, let me know. Same kind of thing here. I'm going to like ramp it up and make it a really big deal, that you can work out with Joel live on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we can all do it together. So I'm going to just kind of be watching around. I'll definitely post everything that I'm doing in our team page this week. I just want to wait a little bit closer to the end of the week so that people don't forget about it. So that's going to be super fun, super cool there. The stands in Lucas Oil Stadium went crazy whenever they announced that they're coming out with a pumpkin spice vegan flavor of Shakeology, FAQ 1031. I personally don't like pumpkin spice. Of course, I'm going to buy it just to try it and to be able to promote it. But I cannot, like, the stands went more crazy over the pumpkin spice Shakeology than they did, like, anything. And so it's going to come out in fall 2018. They didn't give us an exact date. I'm assuming like September, October, of course. It's going to be a limited time only. So this is not going to be a permanent Shakeology flavor. You can only purchase a 14-pack box. And it's a one-time purchase, so it won't set you up on auto direct or home direct, you or any of your customers, because it's limited time only. So they're not going to continue to offer it, so you can't get it on home direct. And it's while supplies last only in the US. Canada and the UK will not have access to pumpkin spice Shakeology. So there is that. You, of course, will get your coach discount with that as well, too. Shift Shop. So for those of you that have been in Beachbody, whether it's just as a challenger doing a program or a coach for more than a second, you've probably heard of the Shift Shop program with Chris Downing. That program actually came out last July, right around the time of Summit. However, they didn't leverage this launch like they have 80-Day Obsession or Lift 4, where you have the option of getting like the completion packs and the early VIP access. And not to say Shift Shop was not successful, but just because it didn't sort of have that sort of promotional aspect to it, they wanted to relaunch it. So Shift Shop will officially be relaunched, FAQ 773, in October of 2018 of this year. And how it's going to work is, if you're not familiar with Shift Shop, it's essentially a 3-week program, so 21 days, I guess. The first week you do 25-minute workouts, and then you sort of ramp up to 35-minute workouts and then 45-minute workouts. You have a strength workout and a speed workout, and you just alternate every other day during the course of that week. And then the program's over. This is actually going to be inclusive of 4 brand new workouts and product bundles like you've seen with Lift 4 and 80-Day Obsession. The new workouts are going to include 2 15-minute quick shift workouts, which are going to kind of prep you for the Shift Shop, kind of like what our B4 Lift 4 workouts are doing for the Lift 4 program. And then you're also going to get access to 2 proving ground workouts that are going to replace 2 of your routines every week. And essentially you're going to do this workout at the end of the week. And I'm not sure if you're going to be like timing yourself or counting your reps differently or whatever, but it's essentially going to test your progress at the end of that week before you move on to the next one. So they're calling it Shift Shop Proving Grounds because you're having to prove yourself. So that'll be super fun there. I'm excited for that one. And then this is the one that I'm excited about because I'm totally like a Shaun T lifer. He is actually launching a new program in January called Transform 20, FAQ 820. The trainer is Shaun T. It's going to be a 6-week program, 20 minutes a day. And they're going to be launching it in January, so you can start your year off with a transformation physically and mentally, emotionally. If you've ever worked out with Shaun T, more specifically Shaun Week, a little Insanity Max 30 really too, but Shaun Week really is the one that like got me. He focuses primarily on shifting your mindset and really kind of connecting to what you're doing in a workout, and then the physical aspect of course kind of comes along with that, but he's really focusing on transforming your mind and your life physically and emotionally. Equipment, this is really interesting. There's no weights. All you need is a step, like a step. You know what I'm saying? Like a workout step thing. You'll be able to buy one through Beachbody or outside of Beachbody, you know, at Academy or, you know, whatever. I'm sure, I feel like my mom probably has one of these at her house. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just literally something that you can step up on. And so every workout is different, just like with Lift For an 80-day obsession. Every workout with Scum Live, it's going to specifically focus on burning fat, toning your abs, legs, upper body, and your glutes, aka your whole body. You're going to get weekly motivations from Shanti, and there will be challenges built into each workout. So I'm guessing that's going to kind of be like a max 30 thing where you're supposed to max out and record your time. I'm guessing it will be some sort of challenge like that built into each workout. So this release is going to kind of be really similar to the Lift For launch. You will be able to get early access, get your hands on early access December of this year. VIP early access will officially launch in January, and then if you're not interested in getting the VIP early access, then it will show up in your VOD library in April of next year. So stay tuned for how our team will kind of leverage that launch like we're doing with the Lift For program. This is super cool. If you were a part of the 2B Mindset, or if you are interested in the 2B Mindset, which is our all nutrition program, they're actually going to be offering a mentorship certification with that, FAQ 1081. It will be coming this fall. They haven't given us an exact date yet. It's going to cost $99, and it will be essentially an online course that consists of videos, supporting course materials, and a live Q&A session with an exam. Assuming you pass the exam, you will be, it's an official 1-year license that will give you the right to practice as a certified 2B Mindset mentor. So in order to register, you will have to select a live pre-scheduled Q&A session. You'll attend that, and then you'll get access to a list of session options once the registration becomes available a little bit later this year. So stay tuned for more information on that. A lot of these things that we're talking about is kind of like a stay tuned for more info thing. We just wanted to kind of give you some insight as to what is to come, not only to help better provide services to your customers and clients and to offer them exactly what they need as far as variety is concerned, but to also help you grow your business and leverage these launches. So that is the 2B Mindset Mentorship Certification. Success Club promotion. This is something that they're changing. So for those of you that have hit Success Club before, hopefully you know that you get an email from corporate telling you to fill out this little form, and then you get a really awesome prize. Backpack, umbrella. The month of June was a Joel Freeman bobblehead. So if you hit Success Club last month, you're going to get like a little bobblehead in the mail. So that's kind of fun. I don't know what the heck are you going to do with that? It's kind of like weird if you just like set it somewhere. So that'll be interesting. We'll have to share on our team page where we all put our little Joel Freeman bobbleheads. I'm probably going to put mine in my gym so that I can like throw stuff at it while I'm doing Lift For. So what they're doing is, instead of doing a monthly prize like that, they're actually going to be doing well, I'm not going to go into that part because that's next year. How we're going to finish out this year is July through December. If you achieve Success Club 5 or 10 at least once between the months of July and December, you get a Team Beachbody Coach ball cap. If you hit Success Club at least 3 times between now and December, you get a Coach yoga tank. And if you hit Success Club every single month between July and December, so 6 times, you get a Go Anywhere duffel bag. And I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on this, that maybe if you hit it all 6 times, you get all 3 gifts. Don't quote me on that though. Check the FAQ. That was kind of confusing because I've never done it this way before. But that's FAQ 2027. So just keep in mind that there's some extra incentives there for Success Club. Something else that they're doing different this year is they typically, in case you're a brand new coach, we used to have this thing called Team Cup. I am not confident that they're going to do away totally with Team Cup, but we typically have one every July. And it's essentially where you put together a team of 5 from any team. You do not have to be from the same team. It can be your upline coach, somebody in your downline, somebody from another team. You put together a team of 5, and it's essentially like a free-for-all for Success Club points. So you kind of come up with a game plan and a strategy on running groups together and you know, marketing things in a way that's going to allow you to get as many Success Club points as possible, which obviously correlates to how many lives are being changed that month. And then you win certain prizes for being the team with the most points in every region. So what they're actually going to be doing this July, so starting Sunday, I think is the 1st, they're going to be doing a thing called Beat Your Best. This is FAQ 2775. I got an email about this today. I'm assuming everybody did. If you haven't, check your email, or it should be coming soon, because there's information about that, and there's actually a website called beatyourbest.com or something like that that's in that email that kind of explains everything. But let me zoom in just a little bit on this graphic. Just kidding, because I don't know how to do that in a PDF. But there's essentially 2 ways to beat your best. And all they're talking about beating your best is in terms of Success Club points. So if the most Success Club points you've ever gotten in a month is 10, then beating your best would, of course, be getting more than 10 points. So you're going to challenge yourself to earn more Success Club points than the highest number of points you've ever earned in 1 month. Between July of last year and June of this year. So between July of last year and June of this year, whatever the most amount of Success Club points you've ever gotten in a month, between that time span, you need to get more Success Club points than that. If you beat your best by at least 1 Success Club point, you get a bronze medal. If you exceed your best by 5 Success Club points, you get a silver medal. And then if you exceed your best by 10 Success Club points, you earn a gold medal. So that's how you individually beat your best. And then how to beat your best as far as a personally sponsored coach is concerned is you're going to challenge yourself to get more of your personally sponsored coaches to qualify for Success Club than the highest number of personally sponsored coaches qualified in the past. So essentially the same thing with Success Club. So instead of you trying to beat your best Success Club points, you're going to try to get the most amount of your personally sponsored coaches into Success Club as possible. And if you beat your best by at least 1 personally sponsored coach, then you get a star medal. So it's essentially just a bunch of medals. But that's FAQ 2775. Check your email and make sure that you got that email as well. And then we're going to conclude with, I'm trying to hurry because we're a little over 30 minutes, but I really wanted to spend most of our time during that first part kind of hearing our biggest takeaways. Summit next year. I know we have several coaches on our team that have already bought their tickets. And you guys, I really just want to encourage you, regardless of how new you are or if you're questioning what the heck you're even doing as a coach, or if you're not sure where you're going to be July of next year, I want to encourage you to literally be here a year from now. And if you just promise yourself, and I'm not talking necessarily about being at Summit a year from now, although you need to be, but I'm just saying, give yourself 12 months at least in this business and promise yourself that you're going to be here a year from now and you're going to do those things every day and every week and every month to stay consistent with those vital behaviors, and you will be so amazed at where you're at a year from now. The thing is, like, if you've been in this business for more than a millisecond, you know that it's not easy, right? Whether it's the no's or trying to come up with something to post or share, or getting vulnerable and sharing something, or shooting for diamond, or even shooting for emerald, or trying to hold your emerald rank, or trying to hold your diamond rank. It's not always going to be easy, but you just have to promise yourself to be here a year from now. And that is Summit. A year from now is Summit. And so I want to encourage each and every one of you to just commit now. Just commit to being at Summit next year. It's going to be in Indianapolis again. It's going to be July 11th through the 14th. You can go to coachsummit.com. There's a ton of information there. You can register there. The Summit special right now is the cheapest that you will ever have access to getting a ticket for. It's $130. Do keep in mind, though, that if you are a brand new coach, you do have the opportunity to earn a free ticket as a Success Starter, which just means that you will hit Success Club 5 at least in your first 3 months as a coach. Farrell actually just earned her free ticket to Summit next year because her 3rd month as a coach was June, and she's hit Success Club 10 every single month. And so you get a free ticket. So you'll still go to the coachsummit.com website, and then you'll just redeem your free ticket there, or you might get an email about it as well. But if you are a brand new coach and your 3 months isn't up yet, and maybe you're in your first month, or maybe you've hit Success Club this month, I'm going to encourage you to go on ahead and buy your $130 ticket just in case something happens and you don't hit it 3 months in a row. You'll still have the ticket at that really cheap price. And then if you do earn Success Starters and you get the free ticket, they will refund you that $130. So go on ahead and secure your ticket. Just like I said, knock on wood, in case something happens and you don't hit it that 2nd or 3rd month, you will have your ticket locked in at a really cheap price. If you hit it, you'll get refunded back. But I hope that hearing our stories, let me go on ahead and unshare this. I'm hopeful that hearing our stories a little bit earlier today, and honestly watching our social media, if you're watching our stories, and we tried to share as much as we could while we were there, just so that everybody could really see how incredible it was and how amazing it was. But it really doesn't know justice unless you're there. And so once you register, post it in the team page so that we can celebrate it. I'm actually going to be doing something a little fun for all of our coaches who get registered before the end of the month, which is like Saturday. So I'll be going back through everybody that's already posted in our team page a copy of their confirmation for getting into Summit. And we're just going to like, we were talking about this while the 5 of us were there this past weekend, and we want 50 of our coaches at Summit next year. Okay. And I mean like us, I mean like your coaches, if they're coaches, and I don't care who they are. We just want 50 people there next year so that we can celebrate in a big way all of the accomplishments and all of the just amazing transformations that each of us are personally going through and that we're helping other people go through as well next year. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so much fun. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask myself, your upline coach, or post in our team page. That's what it's there for. And I will share the recording of this call along with those slides just so that you kind of have all of those announcements in one place in our team page first thing in the morning, because my computer takes forever to compress these videos and it's my bedtime. So does anybody have any questions or anything that they want answered about announcements, about Summit, about how many days it's been since I washed my hair? I'm just kidding. Please don't ask me. Please don't ask me. Please don't ask me how long it's been. Beryl, I still haven't washed my hair since Summit, and you saw how gross I was. Yeah. I've showered. I just haven't washed my hair. So it's fine. Okay, well, I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday evening. One thing super, super quickly. If you are not in our Business Builders page, let me know and I can get you added in there. The only way to stay in that group, though, is if you hit Success Club every month. We kind of just do some separate trainings and stuff over there. And then also, in case you missed the announcement in the team page, we started a new coach prep training today. This is really for anybody and everybody and anybody. We've had several new coaches sign up on our team, and so we're trying to just really get them started off on the right foot. But if you've been a coach for a while and you feel like you kind of just need like a kickstart or a reboot or a refresh, or just want to learn more, then be sure to let me know, or just click the link in our team page and we'll get your membership approved. Other than that, I think that's it. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday evening, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.